Take a look at Hyped. Is he finished as yet? Because we
Yeah,
still
let's-
haven't seen what deck he's cooking
Hype
with.
is down 1 game.
Oh,
let's check it out.
check
Do
it
you want to
out.
watch Hype? Let's go into Hype.
Yeah.
Let's watch that. His deck has been real good.
Okay.
So
we're about halfway through this game already. Let's take a zoom out and see
Yeah,
what things
so
look like.
Hype is going to be the player on the bottom. And
it
is that
looks like he's losing the first lane.
Yep.
It looks like he's marginally winning the second lane.
Yes.
The third lane looks close. I
Close.
guess.
Hyped's-
I feel like he's somewhat behind.
Hyped is in a great spot right now. He's got 2 Chain Frosts in hand.
Oh, and he's not going to
and
lose his hero either.
Yeah,
Yeah.
let's hover over the Chain Frost so people know what it does.
Yes.
Very powerful spell. It's probably even stronger than Eclipse. It will bounce a total of 7 times, including not including the first. So that's 8 instances of 3 damage.
Yes.
Plus it gives you initiative. So you can actually kind of chain it across boards with initiative.
I think the problem with Chain Frost in this game is that Chain Frost, like you said, does a lot of small instances of damage, but there's a lot of armor on these
Yes.
heroes.
That's the one advantage Eclipse has. It's piercing.
Yeah, and I think Chain Frost might be one of the worst cards to cast, at least in the final lane.
So
what's up?
Oh,
we're,
hey, Savich.
we're joined on the couch by Savich.
2-1.
2
Congrats.
We just
Thank
watched
you.
you crush that guy.
Yeah, I don't want to say easy. That would be disrespectful, but I really felt like the 3-color thing didn't work out so well for
Yes.
him. I was looking at his lists and seemed like he had a lot of cards in his hand all the time and kind
Yeah.
of maybe unable to cast it. So I'm not sure about the green splash. I mean, maybe not worth it, and he should stick to 2 colors.
What do you think of these 2 Chain Frost types sitting on?
Ooh,
Yeah.
I like it. I don't see any armor. Armor is the weak spot of those chain
There
frosts.
is
Yeah.
some armor on the
There's
right
a lot of
lane,
armor in the final
which is-
lane,
which
which
is
I
where,
Oh, yeah,
yeah,
okay.
that's
That's
bad
a
for him.
lot of.
Yeah, you don't
Yeah.
want to chain frost there.
So all of the armor came from these 2 improvements, which essentially gives your whole board +1 armor. I think
Hyped-
Enchantress is like one of the best answers.
Yes. Divine Intervention blocks him out of using this lane. Hyped might not have this. Hyped might be dropping a game here because he needs to be able to retake right.
Yeah, he's
Left
down
lane
a
is
game
gone.
already.
He's down a game. So
Oh,
Yeah,
he
so
is.
this would be
And 2 Verdant Refuge. Noblord playing very, very well around his lose condition. Like
Noblord.
identifying
That's Noblord, dude.
identifying the Chain
I
Frost
mean,
lane.
there's
and-
only one O, dude.
protecting
It's
it.
definitely Nob.
Yeah, Noblord.
Okay. Well,
Yeah,
what's he
it's
thinking about?
it's rough.
He's going to grazing shot a different lane? What can he do?
Are you talking about Lobdor?
Yeah.
I think he might want to keep initiative if he has it. No, he doesn't have it
He
anyways.
doesn't have it, yeah.
He could portal one of these heroes out because he doesn't need 3 heroes here anymore, right?
Correct.
So what is Hyped going to do on the right lane? You just have to fight for the board. It looks like you can't really Chain Frost a lane like that. It's only going to deal a
He's
total
putting
of 8
extra stuff
damage.
down here.
Interesting. I actually like this.
You're
You're
trying
not
to do 80?
Yeah, you're not going to use it right. Specifically, your Legion Commander is a splash, so this is the only lane you're actually going to use the Hellbear
That's true.
on.
That's true.
And giving it an extra development and threatening a clock of 4, but potentially even 3 if accelerated. Could help his win condition if right lane goes to a stall lane.
Okay, let's look at some of the cards that are in this guy's hand because there's some of them we haven't seen before.
So let's talk about Intimidation. I think this is probably one of the best green spells that you can have.
Yeah.
Yes.
And basically just like push 1 unit away. And that's really good if, for example, look at the Hype's hero lineup, right? He's got 1 black, 1 green, and 1 blue. If you think that you're, like, let's say, really scared of a particular green spell, you just push away the Enchantress with Intimidation, and all of a sudden you lock your opponent out of playing
Yes.
green.
Yeah, I'm not sure if it's gonna kick in here, but sometimes a good play with intimidation is also using it on your own hero on already won lane. So,
Yeah, yeah.
So on the
Yeah.
first lane, since he already is getting the tower and probably doesn't want to go for the second one, it would definitely be an option at least to consider using the intimidation on one of his
Yeah,
own.
he could intimidate one of the 2 heroes to get him out, but
Yeah.
he already did, so there we go.
But then you don't control where that hero ends up, so
That's
Yeah.
true.
yeah, it might just end up, like, for example, in the mid lane, which I'm not sure if Noblord wants anybody
Mid
here.
is still defensible by Noblord. It's going to be the pass. It looks like Hyped is planning to Dimensional Portal into Remusk Blessing on this lane. Just set up a
Oh, he
wall
has a
of-
mist.
Oh, he also has the best
Yeah.
card.
Oh my goodness.
Noblord has a scary right lane.
Yeah,
This is
so Mist of
devastating.
Avernus, it's an improvement, and it modifies everything in the lane with +1 attack before the action phase on every turn. So
And that's permanent. So
Yeah.
on heroes, even if they die, they come back
Yeah.
with that
you
modification.
see that creep? That's 5/2/4. It's 5 because of Mist.
3 miss activations.
Yes.
Yeah. Yep.
You can hover over it, and it tells you the history of
Yeah.
why it's at that level. See, it says Mist +3. Pretty cool.
Two Verdant Refuges as well. Just killing the Lich just like that. 2 Verdant Refuges in conjunction with Mist is just insane.
These creeps are beefy.
They are.
5, 2, 4. It's that 2 green. That is a regeneration. Can you explain what regeneration is?
Yes, so regeneration, it basically heals the unit during the combat, and it only happens during the combat.
And you can't go above your maximum HP.
You
correct?
cannot. So we are going to see that intimidation play. So he thinks that Hype has a lot of green cards left to be played. And look, he's
Locking him out of
completely
the
right.
Hype's
Nailed it.
actually got to
gotta-
play this dimensional portal.
He's
to
out of
live,
mana.
right?
Have the
Oh.
mana.
Yeah, he's
That's
only at
it.
3.
That's it. The game is over. Hyped drops 2-1 as well as Savage.
So, we watching Hype stomp through the bracket, and then the one time we actually observe him, he just loses.
yeah, he always swaggers in. He's like, yeah, we're
Yeah,
we're
we
good.
won
And then-
already. Yeah, that's good. Okay. All right. So,
I only saw part of that match, but it looked like Noblord really had a pretty
Yeah,
nice deck there and
very
making
nice
some
deck.
good plays too.
Yeah, I mean, specifically, we couldn't actually see the plays, but just like the state that game was in, you could tell he knew
Yeah.
what was happening. He played for the lane he needed to, double refuge to play around Lich Chainfrost.
so what's still going on? Can we get some options here?
Yeah, so we got Mr. Yagut versus Nick. I'm trying to find our players. Ooh, it's Yoel Larson versus HotMEOWTH. You want to jump
What's
in that
the
one?
what's the
Yeah.
score
Game
so far?
2.
It is
Yeah.
1-0 for HotMEOWTH.
Yep.
Oh, Yoel
Yoel also
on the ropes.
Yeah.
Yep, Yoel right now.
All right, it's not looking good. I'm
2-0
seeing
so
Bristol
far.
back, arrow on the ogre. You know?
Oh,
Let's take a look.
Oh, he's got a Thundergods. Yoel Larson, the winner of a previous tournament.
Yes.
He won with Enchantress.
Double Enchantress.
Yeah. Who did he
Double
beat in the
Enchantress.
finals again?
I mean, that guy must have been not very good to lose to Yoel Larson. So.
He beat Lumi. He beat Lumi in the finals
Yeah.
with Enchantress, I remember.
like trying to push Enchantress lane is just so hard.
Yes.
It's a very good defensive hero for sure.
Yeah, Enchantress is a great draft hero. One of the things in Artifact is like a lot of the heroes that are maybe like a little below the curve on constructed end up being like better designed for draft, like Enchantress or Prelix.
Oh yeah, just due to the slower pacing of the draft, you get more value from the healing ability or regeneration. that is.
Exactly.
So who's
What is that tree?
Oh.
Someone explain that to me.
It takes a sword away and it disarms you.
Hover over the card.
Yeah.
Let's. What does it do?
So before the action phase, that little tree guy comes out, and then it randomly picks one of the enemy unit and then disarms them. So you see this
Okay.
broken sword? So that means
And how much does that cost?
that costs 4 mana.
Oh
It's
my
an
God.
improvement.
It's really
And it happens
strong.
every turn.
Yeah.
Home field advantage.
I know my priority.
It's sometimes it can be absolutely huge, but other times not
It
so
does
much.
nothing, yeah.
Yeah.
It's,
Musket on the Farfran killing that creep.
And what is this Satyr? Why is it 9/5?
Well, every time it attacks and it survives after the combat, it gets +2. I just want to mention HotMEOWTH has no heroes here, and he's just killing other heroes with his creeps. So that's the power of improvements. You don't need a hero here to start using their effects.
Well, the Farvan's gonna live. That's good.
Yep. But this guy's going to grow. It's going to be 11-5 after this combat.
Whatever, dude. We don't worry about that until next turn.
All right. That's the Ken Chen special. We'll worry about it
Ignore it,
later.
yeah,
We'll
it's
worry
like
about it
the-
later.
I think you probably have to hold on to this Thundergods
Yeah.
until next turn.
Yeah,
Triple
everything's
deployment
gonna
by
be in. Yeah.
HotMEOWTH,
So
and that's what you're looking for.
the reason why Swim says to hold it is because Thundergods, it's gonna hit 5 heroes if you wait until next turn.
Yeah.
Yep.
And it looks like it wouldn't even be able to finish off those two that are there. So not really much damage done.
So Yoel's got to deploy the second Zeus mid and try to get Thundergods on both of them.
Oh yeah.
And
Everyone's
this-
going mid.
It looks like he's in a pretty great position.
This
here.
actually looks pretty good for Yoel, dude.
Yeah, if
Yeah.
he can pull this off, because all 5 heroes will be hit by those Thunder Gods, and 2
But
of
keep
them.
in mind, he's
But
still
look at how
0-1.
tanky
damage.
these heroes are.
They
Dude,
really
how does
are.
that Prelix have 12?
Rumesk Blessing gave
Oh,
it
okay.
+3, and then the cloak gives it +4.
Normally, 5 health.
She has 5 health normally.
Yeah, normally 5 health, 12 health this time.
I think the last time, or whenever we watch Yoel Larson play with this Thunder God, every time he casts, like, the whole board dies, right? If you look at this board, though, is anything going to die to 2 Thunder Gods? I think
Enchantress will
everybody
stay
survives
alive.
2 Thunder Gods, right?
Luna dies.
Yeah, Luna will die.
Okay, Luna's the only one.
But even Enchantress
Maybe
will
with some
survive
good arrows. Yeah, the Prelix is also gonna die.
with arrows, yeah. It's still a very, very scary double Thundergods.
Yes.
Look how many cards this guy has.
And keep in mind, the Verdant Refuge won't help against Thundergods because Thundergods is piercing damage.
Yes.
That's right, but it will help against the creature damage on the mid lane, so that should save the Prelex at least.
Great Verdant Refuge here.
Look at all those improvements. Damn.
Oh yeah.
Improvements are so good sometimes when you are in a spot like this. The first lane is already won, but now your heroes are not useless.
Mm-hmm.
So having
can
like a good
actually-
mix of improvements in your deck
So
can be very efficient.
what he's doing is he's casting improvements from lane 1 into lane 2. Oh,
Oh,
that
disarmed
hurts.
again. And
That
this guy, dude,
hurts.
Oh my
I'm just telling you, he is going the distance.
That's it.
That little guy in the tree. Yoel is not happy at that tree guy right
that
now.
was very, very rough there.
I mean, what do you do here? Because you've got the Thundergods and that will kill the Luna, but not until the end of next turn. I think you might have to Thunderhide pack instead. You got to start putting damage out.
Yeah,
These heroes are just too tanky.
I feel like we're out of the range where Thundergod is really impactful, and putting 14 to the face gives you a chance to actually win the next turn.
Yeah. And we've seen Thundergods be just completely in the... Ooh.
just passed.
Yoel
Just
taking the
passed.
pass. So if HotMEOWTH sees what Yoel's doing, if he calls his bluff, a pass back will lock them both out. Very risky pass by Yoel there.
Yeah, that's playing with fire there.
Yeah.
I think he's going to Thundergods to kill Luna. I believe.
I don't know if I like it so much. The Ogre Magi is coming
Thunderhide
back
pack
to
on the left.
Yeah.
Get that extra damage in. Maybe kill the Luna if you put it on the right if you have 25% chance, right?
Do you
'Cause-
guys think Yoel should play defense or offense? Because I think that changes what he does as well.
I would certainly like seeing the Thunderhide
Yeah,
here.
okay,
Just
so
go
he's
for
playing
the-
offense here.
Yeah,
Okay.
so
Puts it on the left.
go
Hits the
for
tower. That's 18. Oof. That's a lot.
Yeah, because he can cast the Thundergod Strat from lane 3 and from lane 1 of the next round. So
Yeah. So HotMEOWTH will
pretty
have
nice
to try
too.
to chump block that Thunderhide. You can do it. You actually can play Satyr Magician first if you want, and that gives you the refresh
Keeps
on
his
your
guy
mana.
alive. Swaps it for more damage, right? So now he's doing 22.
Yep.
But it's HotMEOWTH's turn to play on the defensive. I'd love to see the Satyr Magician come out first here. You can also just Ventriloquy the creep in front of Lycan, and that will allow you to basically reduce 10 damage off your tower that way. Looks like that's the play here.
Oof. That went from taking 16 down to 6.
And HotMEOWTH still has the Messenger Rookery. That improvement there will allow him to still kind of curve one more of his arrows. He's trying to decide if he can get any extra value by doing that here. Looks like everything is already kind of pointing where he wants it to.
So many improvements.
Yeah. And from the right lane, Yoel can play the first of his Thunder Gods, but it's not going to really hold a candle to this amount of health on all of HotMEOWTH's 3 heroes.
Well, he has nothing better to do. So.
Yeah, and it doesn't look like holding the initiative would be
Gotta pop
too
it.
valuable here.
Doesn't do anything.
Yeah.
It just tickles them. They're like, okay.
So
Do
you
you
probably
TP him out?
TP here. It is theoretically a little risky of
Yeah.
maybe HotMEOWTH defending this
He's
lane.
got nothing coming in though. He's
Yeah,
fine.
I
exactly.
think it's
Yeah.
fine, yeah. Well, you could get a very unlucky arrow with the creep blocking everything, but...
I definitely like this play.
Yep.
So now he's deploying 2 blue heroes.
There is a consideration to play one left if you're not afraid of it being
Yeah.
shut down
I would
for
probably
the
go for
extra
it.
mana on the Thunder Gods.
Well, given that he didn't receive any creeps middle, he might need to put the Ogre just to stay alive. or
Yeah,
block.
he's thinking about it. If he puts Ogre left, if he gets the Ogre proc on the Thunder God.
Oh my
he's
god,
putting
what is
both.
happening?
Both of them.
I don't know about that one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because you gotta keep in mind, Zeus also has the red Mist Maul, which even if he's blocked, he's still putting 5 damage into the building because of siege. So right now he's sieging over for 11 total. That's a pretty good place to be in.
And I love this. HotMEOWTH has nothing in hand that he can play with red or green that stops this Ogre from being able to cast. So even though HotMEOWTH has initiative, he can't really do anything with it.
Wow.
So this card deals 5 damage to any enemy across from an empty position. So
I think he
it'll deal
needs
5
the
to-
Thunder Gods though.
Yeah.
Well, I don't think he needs to cast it this turn because
No,
he's
but
not dying this
no,
turn, right?
It's still good to have.
Yeah, for sure.
He should better late than never first, right?
Yeah, this should be good for next turn, so he doesn't lose on the.
I think
lane
he
one. Ooh.
should try and better late than ever into the mid lane, maybe, to try and block some damage.
He might get a proc out of
Yeah,
one
he
of
might get
those
another
cards
one,
at
so-
least. Yeah.
Hopefully, Yoel wants that creep to spawn in front of the Satyr with the 13 damage, right?
That would be nice.
Yes.
Yeah, so
But there is that Prowler Vanguard too, so if he doesn't get it, he can still block the Satyr.
Okay, I'm going to siege the Thunder God. Again, does very little.
doesn't.
Oh,
he
TCast.
got it.
Hold on. Thunder
And
God.
suddenly,
Oh,
initiative
everyone's in
really
range.
matters. He didn't play for initiative.
Oh.
The pass can happen here. Yoel has initiative.
He passes, right? Here?
you have to pass. You have to just take this initiative and run away with it. You have to pass.
Well, there's no play, even if he.
I mean, even if he
HotMEOWTH
had initiative, he wouldn't have been able to do anything.
That's true.
Well,
if Yoel's really smart, if
Yoel's
he's like
probably looking at his
galaxy
enemy
brain,
deck list. Yeah, can he do anything to
yeah,
me?
he would be like, why did he give me the initiative back? Maybe I can still cast this better late than never because he can't do anything. So.
But they have Luna. Are you going to just be like, oh, yeah, he has no Eclipse in hand, you know? It's like, hey.
If he had an Eclipse, he would have not given it
held
back.
initiative. Yeah, I know. I agree.
Verdant
I
Refuge
like
comes
this
down.
passing. Because if there is
It's
nothing...
safer.
Yeah, much safer.
Like, how do you... You probably can't lose from here when you also have the remote detonation.
And this is the perfect Thundergod's Wrath here.
Good disarm here. Took away attack from a 0 attack unit. Well done.
You could consider a Corrosive Mist. It does kill 2 heroes, but he's
Yeah.
not going to give that much time. He's just going to Thunder Gods.
That is a 4-man Thundergod kill. And now there are 11 siege damage total, from 6 from this guy, 5 from Zeus. Zeus is doing 3
And
more.
he gets the block.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yep.
perfect.
Messenger Rookery can curve the Duelist into the Zeus, killing one of the Zeuses at least.
Yeah, that's an interesting decision because killing the creep in front of you obviously opens the tower up, right? So
Right.
This is also costing initiative. This is a hard decision. Looks very
Yeah.
simple.
Yeah.
this is tough.
I have to
You
say
go for
this
the
is
tie.
the bigger Stater Duelist I've ever seen. The biggest one I've seen. 13 attack.
And it's going to 15.
He drew all his Verdant Refuges.
And
All of them are in this lane.
unfortunately, it's not doing much against Siege. Siege just damage spills through even though it's blocked. So this is 5 Siege. This is 6.
Okay. He's gonna.
Go with Prowler Vanguard. That's the aggressive play. He's playing for the tie at this point. At this point, though, he has no heroes deploying. Is there any chance for HotMEOWTH?
I don't think so.
I don't think so either.
Yeah.
Because the remote detonation is really gonna secure the lane 1 for at least another turn for Yoel Larson, and lane 2 is looking so dominant right now.
No creep spawns mid either direction.
Where do you put the Farben? Do you just be like,
Middle.
Ogre's got it, and then let's go middle?
Yeah, I don't think there's any point in putting it to the left because you're going to do the detonation anyway.
I think left. It shouldn't really matter.
Gonna
This
play safe.
game is won. Since
mean,
he
yeah.
has the
I guess he
creep to
gets
chump block.
Yeah, that's true. Is there anything that HotMEOWTH could have done?
Ooh,
from
that's
lane
awkward.
1?
Because now the
Yeah.
remote detonation does not kill Enchantress.
I don't see it. Well, he can use the item.
Yeah,
but,
he could shoot it,
But
but
then he loses initiative. Like I really didn't see any point in like necessarily putting the hero here.
wait, if he corrosive mist, doesn't he kill both heroes?
Yes. This corrosive mist will kill both heroes.
I think if he
Okay.
corrosive mist first, kill both hero, and then now
And
he
then
gets
use
healed.
remote
So
detonation.
I think Yoel
19
Larson
health.
made a big misplay there.
Oh, that hurts. That's fine.
Yeah, I don't think he'll
He's
lose
gonna
off
win.
of this.
He's
but
gonna win.
He's
at
fine.
this
He's
point.
fine. Yeah.
It's fine, yeah.
We can make fun of him though later.
Yeah.
There it is.
All right, there's a corrosive mist. He kills. So how that works is when you kill a hero with a health item, and killing the health item takes it down to 0, it just kills the hero.
Yeah, so if you have like a Stone Hall cloak and it has been giving him +2 health every turn,
Yeah.
when you remove it, it removes all the health.
Yes.
So okay.
Yoel Larson is gonna take the game this turn.
Yep.
But you know that was if that disarm
If
went to
that
the
disarm went
the
to-
16, so that wasn't guaranteed. I don't know. That was a
and
little.
3 deployments on
There we
HotMEOWTH.
go.
That actually
Yeah.
could have mattered.
There we go.
All right, he's got the blue
got
point,
it.
And there it
he's got the
is.
game.
1-1.
But this is still 1-1. He still
Yeah.
needs to take one more to
Yes.
finish the first group with a 3-0.
Yeah, that was a close game. I
It
like
was.
HotMEOWTH's deck a lot.
Yeah.
He's got a lot of Enchantress. You know.
So Savich, I got some questions. So with your next draft coming up,
Mhm.
what are you looking for? What's your ideal first pick? What do you want to see?
What is my ideal first pick? Maybe Axe.
You
or
want
Legion-
Axe?
Legion
You a red
Commander?
player?
Beef.
Okay.
I
Axe.
I feel like you can just kind of have a strong front line, have those heroes just do a lot of work on their own. I feel like Axe is something you can play with any color combination when you have some red, and it doesn't really require the support of other cards that much.
And
it's
so you
always
want the
a
axe
MVP.
and Time of Triumph. You want Time of Triumph.
Yes, that would
If
be
it
great.
not Time of Triumph, what would you want?
I can't pick another hero, right?
No.
The red cards are obviously weaker. The red
want-
has the strongest heroes, but the weakest cards. So
You like
besides-
enough magic? You like that card?
It's okay, but I wouldn't rate it that highly. Maybe just something like Stonehall Elite. It's always a solid pick. One of the stronger creeps for sure.
You like
and that's Stonehall Elite is the 4
mana,
yeah.
4/2.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
It's
So
sort
that's
of like
Bronze
a-
Legionnaire, right?
And it keeps growing.
No.
It
This
keeps
is
growing if
Oh,
it
yeah,
kills
okay,
a thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's sort of like a scarier Savage Wolf because it
Yeah.
grows every
And
time.
if you position it correctly, if
Yes.
your opponent doesn't have any mana and you use the Stonehall Elite after him, it kills a creep and it's already a 6/4 with 2 armor.
Yes.
It gets pretty big pretty fast.
All right, game 3 is happening here. Both players have taken 1 game, and both players currently are 2-0. So whoever wins this is going to improve to 3-0.
So you don't want your Zeus in front of something that kills it in 2 turns. So this is good for
HotMEOWTH, yeah.
our opponent here.
Yep.
Yeah, you like your Enchantress just kind of spawning into this. Her regen aura is really the best thing about her.
She's only taken 1.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because of the regen.
It's not just her getting regen too. Her creeps next to her also gets regen. So
This is also not good spawn for
No creeps for
Yoel.
the
No
Lycan.
creeps for the Lycan to buff.
lonely Lycan.
Yeah, Lycan buffs the creeps.
This is
on
the
his
spawn
left.
you like
yeah,
to
at
see.
least
All right,
at least he
Bristleback.
dodges the bristleback. Yeah, that's good.
Okay. Earlier when Savage was talking about the red card he might want to see, it's this one. I'll show in a bit. It's always nice to get a visual for the fans.
Yeah. At the same time, HotMEOWTH has only 1 red hero, so he's going to have to work some magic to try to get that Stonehall Elite enabled. You really want to play that in front of a creep right away.
Yes.
So we're hoping Yoel draws something to save his Zeus here.
I think he's accepting that the Zeus will die. That's why he deployed the Ogre also in the
No,
lane.
he's just optimistic he's going to draw one of those and then multicast it. So you can show a Stonehall Elite now.
So it basically he gets a permanent 2 attack and 2 health if a unit blocking it dies. So generally just put it in front of a creep and it just keep growing.
And that's what Savage wants.
Yeah.
Yes. 4 cost. You can get it out so early.
So there we go. Can you explain why it's good to do that?
Yeah, so you spend 4 of your mana here to now accelerate your middle tower to have 6 mana.
So he starts with 6.
Yeah. So now you could like Eclipse
Barracks.
or do whatever you want to do. Barracks, for example, in hand is quite good.
Yeah, playing a card like Barracks that you want to get like early on the board because it gives you value every turn, so being able to play that on turn 2 of the game feels very good.
This is one of those moments where I would definitely consider just like passing with Lycan because it's.
Wait, you don't put the Savage Wolf
I mean,
down?
I obviously would play it, but it might be more beneficial to kind of like see what your opponent does first because now whatever is going to happen from HotMEOWTH, it's certainly going to deal with the wolf.
Yeah, so if you're Yoel, HotMEOWTH has 6 cards in hand and 2 different colors of heroes on that land. So the odds that HotMEOWTH is going to pass if you pass are very low.
Yeah. And now
Okay.
I think Messenger Rookery
Messenger
Yeah,
to
for
kill
sure.
the wolf.
Yeah, he's going to try and kill the wolf for sure.
Yeah.
And I think that's what Savage meant about like passing a bit to
Exactly.
make them spend a
Yeah.
little bit mana. Oh, but he's going to go for the hero kill.
Looks like it.
Okay.
There is a
I
bit
don't-
of a risk
I
to that
don't
play.
know if I like that more, but it's fine.
I think he
suppose.
could still contest the
Yeah.
wolf the following turn.
He gets gold here, some extra
Yeah.
gold, and he can use the Rookery to make sure. The
Ooh,
wolf
this
dies
is
next turn.
this is a
If this-
decision
Oh,
for the other guy. This
no,
is a
that's
decision.
not great.
Stonehall Elite.
Stonehall Elite's going to eat that wolf alive.
Oh my goodness.
And this is where you see just the superior card here.
Yep.
Yeah.
And it starts growing.
That's
It's not just gonna get the free kill on the wolf, but it's also gonna get bigger. Wow.
That is absolutely huge for HotMEOWTH.
Yeah, this is.
Like both the wolf and the Stonehall Elite
He
are
bought
cards
so
that
much
you
stuff.
you really like playing after you saw what your opponent did first.
Exactly. So there's mind games with those where you kind of want to
Yes.
pass and then hope your opponent doesn't pass back. And your opponent also is kind of in the same situation because they can see you do that and pass back to block you both. out
Even
of
when they
playing
have
things.
plays, yes.
Yes. So there's like a bluffing game.
Yeah. Especially with the Lycan, you can do that against the Lycan player because you know that there are 3 wolves in there. Against Stonehall Elite, it's a little bit trickier if there's only 1 copy. Like, do you play around it or so? But yeah.
Exactly. So Yoel's got the Satyr Magician. He wants to keep this alive until mana turn 7.
Can you hover over Prelix's ability really quick?
Yeah, so every turn that she stays alive, during the deployment phase of the following turn, you get an extra melee creep. So this hero's all about melee creep. Her signature card, the Barracks, also gives you melee creep wherever you play it. So she's about bringing her friends, to the battle.
So
His
Yoel,
Enchantress just tanky AF.
Yeah.
Just
Yes.
chilling there, taking 1 damage.
healing Prelix as well.
These two are such a great friend duel, right? Like she makes a lot of creeps and then Enchantress buffs all of them with
Yes.
regen and
And keeps
armor.
Prelix alive.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the biggest weakness of Prolix obviously is her stats.
Right.
She's 3 and 5, but with all these items on her, she's 5'9". She's healthy.
Big. This
Yeah.
looks like a red hero stat if you ask me.
5'9" with 2 regeneration. That feels good.
Yeah.
Oh yes.
So even though it doesn't look like it right now, I think HotMEOWTH has won this lane. Even
Yeah.
though the tower, like, in fact, he has less HP in that tower.
And he's doing extremely well right, too, if you
This
take a
is
look.
going so well.
So
for him as
Yoel
well.
needs a huge upset with like double or triple Thundergod's Wrath to make it back into this.
Yeah, those improvements as well. HotMEOWTH basically has 14 mana available here. Oh, I could.
Yeah, this is a nightmare scenario for our hero, Yoel Larson.
I will say, I think like a really, really major swing point of this game was last turn. The 2 plays, mid and right, where Yoel played the Savage Wolf before
Yes.
HotMEOWTH played, and then the
Both
same thing
Savage
on the right
Wolves
lane.
died.
Yeah.
And if either one or both were alive, they would be pretty huge by now.
Yeah.
Yep,
So
for sure.
So this is the lane that Joel is winning, but even this one isn't going so well.
He's not
That's
nearly
okay.
winning enough, I think. Yeah,
No.
now he's going to lose the hero as well.
Oh, can't even heal the Zeus because it's already at full health.
At least the elite's dead. Let's
Yeah.
look on the bright side.
That's all we could do right now. Look at the
Yeah.
price side. You know, it's not looking
He's
good.
got stuff coming in. We'll see.
So
Alright.
Yoel's just got to stay in this. So, I mean, if you're Yoel, do you sacrifice mid or left? Because, I mean, left is better to fight for, but it's also got Prelix and Enchantress.
Yeah,
It is hard.
It feels bad to fight against Enchantress.
Sacrificing mid.
Okay.
Defending the tower. It still has 34 health, and this is the tower HotMEOWTH needs to take. So you're just, if you're Yoel, you're biding time.
Ooh,
with
that's
the
good.
Thundergod.
That's a good
very
one.
good.
Ooh, you could chain a whole
Oh.
bunch of Satyr Magicians.
Huh.
That's really good.
But there's also Thunderstorms.
The corrosive mist is looking pretty alright here. There's so many
Yeah.
items.
That's a lot of items to just kill right away.
Okay.
One
It's
Satyr
actually 4
Magician.
items. I mean, they're just small items though.
12 gold. 12 gold worth of items.
Yeah.
Not bad.
Yeah.
Is he gonna thunderstorm here? Let's see.
Let's see
Maybe
it.
he'll equip even more items. Oh my god, 15 gold worth.
Wow.
Corrosive Miss.
on,
I want to
Joe.
hover the
We're gonna
card.
do both, right?
Condemn all equipped items. So
Yeah.
boom, 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 boom.
And
all.
none of his heroes have any
Yeah,
items
yeah, yeah.
either.
He,
'Cause it's-
he's poor, you know.
Yeah.
He's sitting here with no
Satyr
gold.
Magician.
Yeah. So it looks like HotMEOWTH just passing back with 6 mana. This is very curious, you know, very. Look at that.
There we
no.
go.
I like that. Not developing the second Satyr Magician
That's
here.
not some Occupy Wall Street shit. They just got rid of. Oh no.
And the big thing is that puts everyone at a health where Thundergod cleans them up.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. Even Enchantress's regen, she gets put to 4.
So that's the big swing we were looking for.
That might be it. Now, initiative, whoever has initiative, left lane next turn is going to be a big deal. So,
The thunderstorm kills the Zeus, though, right?
Yes.
But he sees the item. He sees the healing self.
Well, there's also another Zeus coming in, so
Yeah.
it's.
Do you know how scary it is to have the satyr there, going into turn 7? That's
It's pretty scary.
that's
God.
very scary.
Yeah.
I mean, the right lane of this turn is going to be a competition for initiative, for sure.
Yes.
Because they both know it's going to matter.
Because the Thundergod's refresh mana, Thundergod's is the nightmare scenario for our guy HotMEOWTH.
And Yoel still needs to either draw the second Thundergods or clone it off of
Yeah.
Ogre with a 25%.
Yeah, but he doesn't know he only has 1.
Yes.
Theoretically, he could have 2.
There it is. Both in Thundergod's range.
I think
Good
honestly
Enchantress
he's good with just 1, right? The 1 kills
Enchantress-
both of these heroes,
Yeah.
Correct.
and then
And
also
he has
kills this
initiative
hero.
right now. He has
yeah.
initiative, so let's just let's keep initiative, yo.
So if you're Yoel, if you're playing careful,
Don't heal this creep, yo.
yeah.
Don't heal their hero either. Yo.
Don't heal their hero or this
Yeah.
creep.
Oh.
Yeah, there it is. All right. Big drop.
Tower
So,
does not die though critically.
Yoel does want initiative, but this bristle is punching him for 8. You could take the green. Oh, no.
No, he's got the
blocked
creep.
into a
He's fine.
He's
You
got
gotta-
40
you gotta
life. He's
pass
healthy.
here if
He's
you-
healthy.
You gotta pass here if you're
Look.
Yoel.
It's also very tempting to drop a
Yeah,
Satyr.
you want to
though.
drop the satyr, but you know he
He
wants
passes.
to do the. So where do you deploy this Zeus? It's an interesting question.
You gotta give up mid.
Second
I like
lane?
to
Third
play
lane?
it
Third lane, I
right.
mean?
Yeah, right for sure.
Because you could then now put the Satyr Magician there and start going off.
Yep.
All right, here we go. We're going to see yet another. I think this is one of my favorite part of Artifact when you
Yeah.
see really good players set up Beautiful Thundergod. I think Savage earlier you did a Ren armor play to put a hero exactly at 4
Yeah.
health, and then just a
That was-
Thundergod as
no,
well.
it was a thunderstorm.
Thunderstorm. Yeah.
Thunderstorm,
Setting
yes,
up the
yeah.
thunderstorm, yes.
Yep. So this is a triple kill, including Zeus's passive.
Yeah.
Yoel Larson pulling a win, potentially.
Well, he hasn't won
Out
yet.
of his
That's-
butt.
You need
yeah.
to draw another
Right here.
Wrath or clone it. No draw.
That's good
Okay.
too.
I mean, Dimensional Portal is great.
It is great.
Don't. Yeah, okay.
He's looking for that 25% clone on Ogre.
Let's see if he gets it.
it.
Whiffs the clone.
No clone.
Did not.
That's still pretty alright.
Still pretty alright.
That's all right.
Kill
Still
four.
good.
I'm
Heroes,
okay
yeah.
with that. And then you've got the Satyr Magician and the D portal to clean up on the right
I have
lane.
something
Yeah.
special in
Think,
store for you.
This game has shown our players watching, or our fans watching, one thing, and that's don't panic. If you're behind,
Yeah.
try and come back in the best way you can. And he was behind
Yeah.
for quite a bit, and
It's
now
u-
he looks like to be in a good position.
It's usually the decks that are kind of like built to like lose the early game are able to come back if they can just survive long enough.
For anyone wondering why did the 5-life hero die there, it was the Zeus ability dealing 1 damage to
Yes.
nearby enemies.
Set it up perfectly the last turn.
Yep.
This guy knows what he's doing.
Is there any spot you wanna stick the ignite right now?
Probably right side, maybe. Unless you're scared of mid, but I think you'll
Doesn't-
die before the ignite does anything mid.
Yeah. Right or left. It could, in theory, represent lethal on the bristleback. I think that's probably your best play.
There will be nothing left of you
Yep.
but smoldering remains.
So it's. Do you feel like if you're HotMEOWTH, your win condition here is to AD mid?
Yes. You got to stall in 80 mid, and that's
Yeah.
going to be hard because those 3 heroes in the upper left, they're not coming back next turn.
Yeah.
It's 2 turns.
Salamene
And
provides.
you're obviously not doing any. You can only do 2 damage here.
Yeah. And
So,
you've only
see,
got red spells
now
on the
he's
right
at
lane because
80.
it's just bristleback.
So at least 2 more turns to kill mid.
It's actually interesting. Bristleback can, in theory, kill one of the heroes with
Yes.
the new order. And it's interesting to see which color he chooses to shut out.
Yeah. So if you're Yoel, you want to do Vool into Satyr Magician and then pop it off with a D
So
portal.
let's see what the Vool does. Can you hover over it really quick?
Yeah, so if he dies, he buffs your board by +1,
Yeah, and there's a
+1.
lot of stuff on the
Yeah.
board. So
But I don't
Yeah.
think he'll die, no. That's the thing.
That's a really scary lane. I mean, how does HotMEOWTH survive left and right for 2 turns?
Okay, here comes the new order, but there are items to now protect the Zeus. This is looking pretty bad.
Yeah, this looks pretty over for HotMEOWTH. Is there any defense on left? Because this right lane looks
what
pretty
can he
dumb.
draw? Let's look at his.
So he can only cast red cards here. So Time of Triumph,
Ooh,
Spring the Trap is not bad.
That's huge defensive option.
If HotMEOWTH finds a Blink Dagger in the Secret Shop, could blink over the Luna as well. That's not a non-zero possibility.
Creep spawns could help keep left alive. Yoel needs to draw something to punch through left.
Okay, this arrow is nice.
Very
So
nice.
okay, so those arrows in HotMEOWTH's favor,
Yes.
No, he can use the weapon. He has
Yeah,
the
he's
the
got the
musket.
musket.
Yeah. So
and
by
he has the swap.
yeah.
So this is
It looks like that's it. I think if
I
Yoel has 10
think so
damage
too.
here, he's got the right lane. I think that is it.
he does have 16 mana here.
He can probably make this happen.
Oh,
Ironically, Thundergod is not a necessity, but that will clean up the bristleback.
Does make it inevitable. And with this mana, you have the reach for 10. Keenfolk Musket cleaning up that creep, pushing for an extra 9 total with
Yep.
that. And then Rebel Decoy, close out the game. That's it.
Wow. I just want to remind you guys that turn 2 he lost Zeus to Enchantress, and then that turn where the wolf,
the comeback.
the wolf all
Yoel
died.
Larson.
Yeah, it's it ain't over, you know.
Wow. Excellent play by Yoel. Setting up those later turns. Didn't panic.
The corrosive mist really.
Yeah,
like,
that
played a
Corrosive
huge
mist,
role.
Wow.
Yeah, absolutely massive. So
This, he's trying to. He's playing it cool. He's pretending. Oh yeah, there we go. He knows. He knows. He knows.
all right.
so
He's-
3-0 on our boys Yoel and Life Coach. Is that right?
Yes.
2-1 with did
Savage
Hyped-
and Hype.
yeah,
2-1.
Hyped to end up
Yeah,
Everyone
so-
alive.
Yeah, everyone alive in
All
top
right.
8.
Yeah,
We're
not
good.
bad.
2-1 in the first group is respectable.
So who do you want to play in the top 8? You want to play? No, I'm just kidding. I don't
already
want to
can.
jinx. I don't want to jinx you like that.
We only have 1 match left. in the Swiss round 3?
I'm gonna hop out for one of those.
Okay.
those
I
boys
think
that
the
just
Swiss
won,
round's
so.
about to end. It's going to be Sansifka versus Impact CG.
And keep in mind, when this Swiss round ends and the 4th one begins, we
We'll
will be
do
drafting
so
new decks for everyone.
I think actually it makes more sense for us to go to a quick break right now because I
Mm.
believe this game is literally on the final turn. And then we'll come. Oh, does Yoel Larson want to speak?
Oh. Any,
wanna glow a
any
bit?
words to say, buddy? Yeah, man. Take a seat.
Yeah.
And here he is, the man himself.
What's up? What's up?
So that game started pretty bad. The last game 3 for you.
Nah, man, you had that the entire time. No, be honest.
No, I don't know. Yeah, I mean, with my opponent's like starting lineup, it was very hard to get a good lane, like starting up, because Enchantress beats all my heroes, Bristleback beats all my heroes,
Right.
and so it's a little bit difficult. It mostly comes down to how my opponent places their improvements and where they place their Luna on the second turn.
Yeah.
Because if I can strand their Luna in one lane and just don't care about it, and like stay away from Eclipse, and
So-
then beef up with like Farv and a bunch of units, Eclipse gets so much worse. Because then I can get at their prelix to like stop Eclipses, stop annihilations, and etc. So, and that kind of worked out.
Yeah, so for the viewer at home, you hear us using the term stranding or
Yeah.
stranded a lot. And what
Yeah.
he means by that is you make them deploy Luna in the middle lane, as we saw last game,
Mhm.
and then you just don't go there ever. So
Yeah.
now
Yeah.
they have a really powerful blue hero there, but nothing to ever do anything with, right? So
Yeah, exactly. Also, it became even more obvious that I should stay away from the lane when they played Selim in his favor there. Like, they played a tons of improvements, mentioned the Rookery, invested a lot of cards to win the mid lane. And I think that was their biggest mistake, because if you have double Susan, you always want to cast all your Thundergod's Wrath in the first lane, and I most often want to place my Ogre there so I can always multicast it, right? I mean, it's a big game, and they didn't go more for the... I think they should have put Luna in the first lane, and I think my game would have been way harder.
Yeah.
I gotta say, you gotta check that Ogre a bit. Every time he's on camera, not multicasting at all.
Yeah,
you know?
it happened.
There was that
once
one time.
maybe?
Yeah,
one
so,
time. Yeah,
you know, for people
that's a little
saying,
bit broken.
yeah. That Ogre made in China. I don't
But
know
it
about that one.
we had and Corrosive Mist came up too, right?
Dude, that was
nice.
the biggest corrosive miss.
Yeah,
There was, I think, game 2, you could have had a double kill with corrosive miss as well.
that's possible. I can't
yeah.
remember, but I think I won the first game that I won. There was a lot of about initiative. I feel like where my opponent passed initiative in the wrong situation.
Yeah.
So I could like always get it back to where I wanted it, and that was kind of big. Like I stopped their potential Eclipse or Annihilation in the first lane. I clearly didn't know what they had in their hand.
Yeah.
By casting the Thundergod's Wrath, by passing my entire full turn, so I could set up for like lethal 2 turns later. So
I think it's when you're in the game, it's really hard to know when to fight for initiative and just when to cast your cards.
Oh, yeah. You have to
It
kind of
is,
read
yeah.
the opponent's hand a little
Yeah.
bit sometimes.
yeah. No, I think the biggest thing with initiative that I've learned is also from playing with other players, like talking decisions through, is that it's very important to just, even if it's not the best route, you just gotta pick a plan and stick with it.
Yes.
Because if you kind of start to meddle between, oh, maybe it's better to lose initiative now, and you kind of change plans mid-between, you just get the worst of all worlds, basically.
Sure.
Yeah.
And there's it just goes to show there's so much going on in a game of Artifacts. I really liked
Yeah.
what you were saying before. Basically, your strategy, identify, okay, he's got 2 heroes of this color, so you kind of target that, right, to lock
Yeah.
them out of casting. Strand the Luna, like abandon the Luna lane, and then target the Prelix because it's squishy and it's very targetable because it's
Exactly.
passive. And just
Especially with
block him out of
Thundergod's
blue.
Wrath and, the trigger from Zeus himself. And it kind of worked out, yeah.
And
for
there's
sure.
just like there's logics in this game that just aren't even present at all in other card games like that.
No, that's true. It was very scary because my opponent had a lot of very powerful cards in their deck, like Time of Triumphs and
Yeah.
and Spring the Trap, and there was a lot of scares. So I had to go on a kind of, let's call it the baller tactic to get
Baller tactic. All right.
Well, I couldn't really fight fair and square. Like
Yep.
I kind of had to lead up to some insane turn and hope that would be enough. And it turned out all right. Yeah.
Okay, well, congrats to you 3-0.
Thank you.
We're going into Swiss round 4, so we're going to take a break, and then we're going to come back with Yoel Larson as their feature drafter.
Oh, this.
So we're gonna.
Nice. How do you go for the others?
Let's see. Life coach 3-0 as expected.
Yep, of course.
The other
Hype
two are
is
2-1.
2-1, and Savage is 2-1. So everyone's alive for top 8 right now.
Nice.
All alive.
Nice.
Oh,
Oh, life coach is 2-1.
Oh,
Thank you for
that's
that correction.
unfortunate.
Excuse me. So you're the only 3-0
Wow.
player left.
Not bad.
Not bad.
Hopefully it holds.
All right. Well,
If I'm lucky enough.
Yeah, just
we'll
roll a
get
good
there.
second draft.
we'll take a break and then we'll come back for a draft. So
All right.
stay tuned, guys.